It does. It's very comfy, Dr. Evil. It is. It is, Doc. It is very comfy. We'll be on in a couple of minutes. You see these glasses. No. Let's see what we're in. Okay. Wow. 3 subscribers and 5 thumbs up. That's a good batting average. That's more than better than good. It's unbelievable. Okay. 5. We got a lot of things to talk about today. I got a few things that I must cover with you guys. They're real good things, to be honest. They're positive things, so we're good with that. They're positive things, really, really good. You guys are gonna learn something today. Yes, sir. Let me get all glammed up, I need to get all glammed up. Get a little higher. A little higher. Yeah, that's it, right there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to the show. Before I get into the show, I'm going to ask all of you for a big favor to please give us a thumbs up, which you guys are already doing already for me, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It's a good channel to be subscribed to. It's a watch channel, and we talk about a lot of good stuff in this channel. Not only about watches, but we talk about life and knowledge. All right, guys? All right, so don't forget to do that for me, all right? Subscribe and a thumbs up. Guys, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is that I'm very, very happy that I have done what I've done, that I have been pounding these last 3 months, you know, voicing out that the watch market is, not right, and they're voicing out that the watch market, it is, but it's not. Watch prices just continue to drop, and honestly, I'm very surprised to see that the prices, they have noticed already that they have to, drop prices, because we are in summertime, and I told you guys, July, August, even that beginning of September is dead in water. So I believe they have come to the conclusion that prices have to come down. I got to tell you, I belong to a lot of ghosts. I'm going to use this word so you guys understand. I belong to a lot of ghost watch groups, WhatsApp, text messages, um, emails, all that. I belong to that. Ghosts, nobody knows who I am, but I belong to all those groups. And I want you guys to know something and feel comfortable about what I'm going to say. And it's not a shocking to me, because I've been telling you guys, I've been mentioning it to you every 3 days. I've been telling you that all these watch platforms that have watches for sale, they cannot sell them. So what they're doing is they're doing auctions, dealer to dealer. They're doing auctions. And I'm gonna tell you, I counted, and you need to, I counted in the last, I would say the last 48 hours. I counted over 120 different watch auctions. Patek's, Rolex, Richard Mille, Vacheron Constantin, you know, APs, they're all there. They're all in auctions. That tells me that nobody is buying watches. Nobody is buying watches. It's just a big hoopla, a big hoopla, that they're throwing at you guys. And again, I feel comfortable because they have come to the conclusion that, hey, the watch market is not right. There's no money out there. We cannot continue faking people that the prices are up and booming. You can't tell me that watch prices today are heading to the same direction that they were in 2020, in that Corona beer era. It's a lie. So what they're doing, like I said again, is just doing auctions among themselves. You buy from me, you want it, you got rewarded the auction, this, that, but it's all BS. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So just to let you know, I feel very, very, very good about that because it just proves my point, what I've been saying. And like I told you guys already, I've told you guys this in a few occasions that I am the only one. Me and Joaquin, Joaquin to you, Kino to me, we've been the only ones attacking this subject. About the watch market being soft. So exactly. And so they cannot continue this artificial hype they have among themselves. They can't. The New York show was totally dead. It was just them buying from each other, making bunch of people around their tables, filming some content, making it look like there's people all over the place. The show was dead. Nobody was buying. Nobody was taking money out of their pockets. Nobody was bringing no Franklins. And that's it. It's done already, ladies and gentlemen. You can stick a fork in it. That from here on, they can do whatever they want. They're just BSing all of you. And if you fall for it, it's because you want to fall for it. Because you have a channel, you have a platform that's not talking about, again, we're not talking about giving you a review on a watch, how the watch is, if it's this watch, if it's this bracelet, if it's this strap. We're not talking about that. We're talking about saving you guys from spending your money on these people that have been flim-flamming you for many, many years. And I mean this, many, many years. Before Corona era, they've been flim-flamming you. And somebody special like myself came around and I stopped the bleeding. That's right, I'm special. And I stopped the bleeding, right? So I feel very, very comfortable. I feel very good to see them already that, they're showing me that, I can see everything they're doing. It's make-believe auctions among themselves. And you can buy watches among yourselves so much and the prices get here, but you say, we can't do it no more. I can't buy no more watches. It's a lie, the prices that we're talking about. It's a big lie, and I'm telling you this so you guys know what's happening. I feel like today I'm even out of character, and I don't want to be out of character. I want to stay in character. I want to be who I am. I want to be funny. I want to laugh with you guys, but the truth is the truth. These guys already, they're throwing in the towel. And I'm going to skip this to another thing. I want you to see what else they're doing. We have different channels out there, different Muppet Boiler Room channels that promote watches and sell watches and try to, do some content, selling watches. Well, we saw a video, and it's from no other than Jose Feliciano. Jose Feliciano, the guy with the black T-shirt. He has nippleitis. Jose Feliciano. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. and he's here from Miami, Florida, and they got him as the they got this kid as a poster child. And every so often, every 6 months, they use him for something. And this time he's being used to say, so you understand this, you understand how this works. They're using him to say that summer always is a bad time in the watch industry. You know it, and I know it. You know it because I've been telling you this. And he knows it because he's a watch dealer himself, Jose Feliciano, out of Miami, Florida, with the Nipolitis. Black t-shirt, black jeans, skater, skippies, what I'm trying to say, right? That gentleman, exactly, that guy, Nipolitis. And they're using him, and he is saying, I know that summer is supposed to be the slowest time for us watch dealers. Check this out. Check what this guy says. But for some reason, this year has been the best watch summer year ever. This guy's saying that. Thank you very much, Pete, for the super chat. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It just keeps us going, It gives us more fight, more energy to continue fighting. Thank you so much. So he's saying that this summer of 2025, has been one of the best watch summer years to sell watches. And the watches that they're promoting and they're pushing on you guys is the ones that, I've been telling you about, the poster child watches, the ones that want to continue flim-flamming you with it, we're going into the sixth month of the year, I believe, right? 6th month of the year. And they're talking about the Rolex GMT Bruce Wayne. And they're talking about that this watch is at $20,000. They're talking about it whether it's a Jubilee bracelet or is Oyster bracelet, They're talking about it. It's unbelievable the prices that the watch market this summer of 2025 has gone to. I mean, this is for you guys to understand the way they play you. This is the playbook they have. This is blueprints that they have. And it's sent from the main office, from Boxing Black Eyes. Boxing Black Eyes, you do this, you do this part, you do this part, and we have to flim-flam and fleece all these people. Forget about what that, that Puerto Rican, Latin guy is saying over there that the watch market is dead. We have put a dent in them. We have put a dent. A big dent in them. And we're happy about that. We're very, very happy. But I want you to know, they're also saying that the Rolex GMT, your favorite watch, the one they're going to keep on pounding you with, and pounding with you. It is the Rolex GMT Pepsi with the Jubilee bracelet. They can't believe how this watch is selling for over $21,000. This is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. Excuse my French. But I think this is the only way I can probably, relate to you guys, because this is how I feel today. I feel like, hey, man, something big has happened and these people are flipping. They're flipping already. They're flipping. So they have this young man, which I call in a sweet way, Jose Feliciano, and he's promoting 7 minutes. This is the summer of, like the summer of 69. This is the summer of 2025, that everybody's buying watches, that everybody's spending money on watches, that his phone doesn't stop ringing, selling watches. It's unbelievable what they're doing, Thank you very much. I was looking at Flip, Mr. Flip Mode, and I want you to know something, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys don't know Flip has been one of my organic watch channel subscribers, faithful, I believe, for going on 3 years. If it's not 3 years, it's close to that. I can assure you it's 2 years for sure. Flip, is that true what I'm saying, or am I wrong? Say something to your friends, to your organic friends out there, that I believe you've been around for a while. So they have this gentleman which is out there pounding you guys in the head, telling you guys that the watch market is up and running, and the watch market is not up and running. The watch market, see, 3 años, see that? 3 years. What did I tell you? 3 years, because I for 3 years, and you might say, well, how do you know? Well, that picture of his, he hasn't changed it for 3 years, so I know it's him. So when I looked at some old comments from 3 years ago, he's there. So I said, man, he's been around for a long, long time. And that's beautiful. That makes me very, very happy again. Thank you so much again for supporting the channel. just by being here, Flip. Thank you so much. And I mean that to all of you as well. So we have this young man. He's promoting and saying that the watch market is alive and well, and everybody's buying watches, and that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a big lie, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real big lie. Don't fall for the shenanigans. Don't fall for the shenanigans. Stay put, stay firm. You know, don't be disrespectful to any of them, but let them know how you feel. It's not, you know, it's not what they're saying. Things are bad. Things are bad out there. There's no money out there, guys. There's no money out there. I can promise you that. There's no money. And when I say there's no money out there, I'm talking about, you know, that free government money that dried up, you know, that dried out. You know, that money doesn't exist no more. It doesn't exist no more. Thank you, Alberto, for that super chat. Okay, guys, I gotta be quiet. Okay, so what happened there? Okay, guys, I gotta be quiet. Okay, so what happened there? They put me in hold for a moment there, guys. So I gotta be. Are you guys still there with me? Are you guys still there? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're still there. There you go. There you go. There you go. So, like I was telling you guys, I'm telling you, you know, it's just me alone. It's just me alone. It's a conspiracy, you know. It's a conspiracy. Bravo, bravo, Flip, bravo. Me alegro mucho que estás ahí todavía. Me alegro mucho. So, you know, they're using all that, and they're using their whole attack. And I feel so proud of myself and Kino that us two have been able to do all this noise. You know, that we have been able to do all this noise. Us two. You know, this is nothing. Just two people against, you know, against thousands and thousands of them. You know, thousands of them. So I'm happy that we've been able to, all of us together, we have been able to, you know, correct this. And they're there. They're, you know, they're right there already. They don't know what to do and what to think. And I'm happy about that. But I'm going to continue on so you understand how the watch market is. You know, you have many fly-by watch backpackers. You know, a lot of them come in. There's like a revolving door. And you say, how do you know? I know. I know. And they come and go. You know, they come from different professions, but they had trouble. They had personal trouble. They had, you know, they had trouble. So they chose to come to this side and try to sell watches. So they come in and they buy a few watches from a dealer and they pay them right away. I want you to listen to this. And they pay them right away. You know, you buy one Rolex, one AP, boom, you pay them. You know, you pay them with a bunch of Franklins. You pay them, pa. And then you do it again, and then you go to the other dealer and you buy three, you know? And these are newbies. These are all newbies watch dealers. These Muppet Boiler Room secondary gray watch market dealers and channels won't tell you this. They won't use this content to tell you this because it's not to their convenience, but it is to mine, because I have loyal subscribers. They need to know about this. So they go and they follow. They, like the Grateful Dead, they go to the show in Orlando, the show in Las Vegas, the show in New York, the show in Miami, the show in New Orleans. Are you following me? You follow me, right? And those newbies, those new watch backpackers, they try to establish some credibility by buying watches, you know, $30,000, $40,000. You know, they pay him, boom, you know, a lot of cash, boom, 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 boom. But there's a moment there that these fly-by watch backpackers are going to give you a sting. They're going to give you a sting, you know? So, you know, Joey is fighting for you as a customer, which Joey's a dealer. Bobby's another dealer. He's fighting for you because you're a good customer and you pay. And the other one, Boxing Black Eyes, the Walrus, you know, Big Pun. You follow what I'm trying to say? And that same guy is going around. So one day he goes to the show. He goes to the show and he says, you think already I have some kind of credibility with you? And the guy obliges, of course you do. You've paid everything in the last 6 months. So he goes and he takes 4 watches from Joey, 4 watches from Joey, and then he goes to Mickey and he takes 3 more, that's 7, right? This is the things they don't tell you. He takes 7, and this is now, right now, happening right now. And then he goes to Lewis and he takes 2 more, and then he takes a bracelet and a diamond 4-carat ring, 3-carat ring, you know, so he already has 8 watches, a bracelet, diamond stone, you know, and he's moving around and he's taking memos from all these people, memos, and they're all fighting for him because he's been a great customer for the last 6 months paying cash, and now he got rewarded with some kind of credibility. So all these people are giving this guy all these watches, but they're telling you that the watch market is up and running. They're telling you, and I'm telling you that it's not. It's dead. Right? He's dead. So the guy is, oh, they're happy. And he's in the show, dancing, eating a $17,000 steak dinner, sushi, you know, driving the Red Bull fast car. He's doing all these good things with all these people, you know, boxing Black Eyes, the Chia Pet, you know, all of them, the Hungry Hippo. They're all together. They're all together happy. And that guy just picked up all those watches and he is gone. 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 So he takes with him, you know, $500,000, you know, half a melon. He takes half a melon from you, that guy, you know. Alberto takes half a melon. Dr. Evil takes, you know, a quarter of a melon. You know, I'm using names, you know. Mr. Blair takes this, but they don't tell you that. And they're all getting it deep. They're all getting it deep and they're all quiet. But I know it all. But I know it. You know, they got this guy with this, they got that guy with this. Situation is bad out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's no money out there. And these people want to continue living the lifestyle they were living 4 years ago. I don't blame them, guys. I don't blame them. Living that life is beautiful, you know. You know, you're driving a beautiful convertible Porsche, you know, you're driving a, you know, I don't know, a Gambala. You know, I don't know if you guys know what a Gambala is. You know, like an AMG. That Mercedes Benz. What do you call that? Wagoneer, Jeep Wagoneer, the G wagon. You know, with the beautiful burgundy seats. You know, and the trimming. You know, they don't want to get off that, papi. You know, they want to keep on living that lifestyle, and that lifestyle costs a lot of money. Vale mucho dinero, that lifestyle. It costs a lot of money. So they don't want to get off the Range Rover. They don't. So they have to find a way to flim-flam themselves. Dealer to dealer, flim-flamming each other. And then they're screaming. How do I know? You ask yourself, but how do you know this? I just finished telling you. I belong to like 70 watch groups, 80 watch groups. I receive texts. I got like 5 burn phones. How's that? 5 burn phones. 5 burn phones. And I belong to those groups. And they put pictures of the people and everything. This is the guy. If you see the guy, you call him in. You call me. This is the picture. He got me. He pinched me for $250. You guys, you know, that's right. You know, they have a car coming in. You know, the dealership is calling them. They need the money to get the car out. They got a couple of Richard Milles they order, you know, for the boutique. They need the money. But this is the craziest part, guys. Because I'm making it simple for you guys. I'm trying to make the story simple, you know. Somebody told me, always try to keep it simple, Juan. Try to keep it simple, Juan, you know. Simplify it. So you don't think it's just one person. It's like 6, 7 running around. 6, 7 running around. They have taken watches in consignment and memos and now have come back no more. Now, that person that took let's say Johnny took 8 watches and memos. He took those 8 watches, a total of $400,000, big grail watches. He took those 8 watches, and now he's going to go to the show in, London, Munich. And over there, he's going to let go of those watches. Each watch that he got, and let's say he got it for $40,000 a watch. He's going to go sell it over there now for 30, fast, quick, 33. Everybody's going to pay the guy. Boom, 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 boom. How is this guy getting these prices? Well, he's getting these prices because he's not going to pay the other dealer that he got the watches from in New York. He's not going to pay him. This is allegedly, we got to use the word. We got to say things the correct way, allegedly. From New York, he took those watches and now he takes them to Europe. He flips them over there. He bought it for 40 and now he's selling it over there for 33, 35. And every single dealer is going to pay him at the moment because those watches are like, I'm giving you already a wholesale price and you're giving it to me even below that. They go nuts. And this is what's going on. But they won't tell you none of these things. They will not dare to tell you what's happening. They're only going to tell you their fugazi, Saludos, Thurston Howell the Third. Saludos to you. They're going to tell you what they want you to hear. And I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. Exactly. They flim-flam themselves. They flim-flam themselves and they're embarrassed to tell you what they're doing. And they're embarrassed to say, but how does that guy know that? But how does that guy know that? I know it, papi. I know it. I know it, papa. Pictures and everything. And you want to laugh? No, I can't say that. Pictures and everything. You see this and you go, oh my God. Oh my God, look at this one. Look at this one. And they're there. They are stealing from each other. They are stealing from each other to continue living a lifestyle that they cannot afford to be living. You understand? In life, you need to be modesto. You need to be, hey man, at nighttime when you go to bed, in your beautiful bed, you have your comforter, right? Your comforter. And sometimes in your room it gets a little cold and you stretch it to get yourself a little warmer. You could only stretch it as much as you can. The comforter, If it goes up here, it goes here. It can't go up here. It's too short, it goes here. And these people are living like that. They're pushing because they want to live a life that they cannot continue living. The watch industry at this moment is FUBAR. FUBAR. Until they admit to you consumers out there, we have gone through a bad situation the last 3 years. Hopefully, 2025 will be the year that things are going to get better. But they won't. They won't. They're not people of honor. No son de honor. At least in my industry, there's some kind of, honor that we know. Listen, we know that the construction business is not really happening. We know that flooring is not moving that well. What can we do? Should we, if we give you a discount of 10% or 15%, would that help you out? If we give you 60, if we give you terms, would that help you out? But there's papi, these are delinquents. How's that? I said it wrong. From 100%, you got a 70% that they're good people, honorable people. And you got a 30% that they have had a lot of trouble, out there. They've had a lot of trouble. And they come to this business because it's easy. Exactly. They try to get into this business because it's fast money. It's all money. It's it's Scarface money. Scarface money. And they come to this business. They come here, but you can't. It's Papi, it's all invented. It's invented already. And they're having a hard time. They're having a hard time admitting, hey man, this is not going nowhere. This is not happening. You know, we thought it was a little hiccup along the way. Things are gonna get better. It's not, Papa. This is frogged up. This is frogged up. And I'm happy that I'm able to save some of you people out there from spending your children's tuition money and your wife's 401k, your 401k, your mother's house, your grandmother's house. You know, listen to me. La situación está jodida. Things are bad out there, guys. We have another person from Miami. This is from Miami. And the person buys a lot of packages, you know. The person comes in, he comes in with a package of 10 pieces. He gives it to the person, and the person supposedly not going to sell them. He's going to give him some terms. And 4 days after he got the package, listen to this. 4 days after he got the package, he sold the watches to another person. He gave that person a couple of days. Listen to this so you understand how this works. Porque es que son el diablo. This is son el diablo, papi. Son el diablo. You guys don't have an idea of lo que esto es. Esto es el diablo. Let me say it one more time. The person flies in, you know, fly, he lands. Boom. MIA. He sees his contact, his customer. He gives him the 10 pieces, 10 watches. Person tells him, I have a customer ready. As soon as he pays me, okay, I'm going to go to Miami Beach. I'm going to go do the backstroke in Miami Beach. I'm going to dive in the pool. I'm going to be in the Fontainebleau. Person takes the watches. 4 days later, the guy's already now in Orlando with his family. You know, the guy, the owner of the watches, the one that sold the watches to this person. And this person calls him up. The guy picks up the phone. He says, hello. I'm calling you because I have a bad situation. Listen to this. I have a bad situation. The guy is over there, Mickey Mouse. He's with Mickey Mouse over there. He says, well, what happened? He says, I have a bad situation. But tell me what happened. Tell me what happened, Thurston. You know, what happened, Thurston Howell III? He says, you're not going to believe this. The person that I gave the package of the watches that you gave me. Listen to this, Thurston. Listen to this, Bobby. You're going to go, they're listening to me. They're going to go, how does this motherfucker know all this? I know all this, Bobby. Listen to this. This is going to bug you out. Para que usted no sean lambones y palomos. The guy says, I have a big problem. But what happened? You know, the package you gave me? Yes, I gave it to my customers. Okay, so what happened? He died. Understand? He died. He left. I don't know. Now we don't know what the package is. We don't know where the watches are at. He died. Papi, this is the business. This is the business. I look in your eyes and you know what I'm telling you. I'm talking to you. You know what I'm telling you. You understand me? You know what I'm talking to you. Go ahead, I double dare you. Say something up there. Show yourself. The person tells him, I got a big problem. I got a big problem. And the provider says to him, what problem you have? The watches that I gave to my customer, he passed away, he died. In less than 60 hours, Disney World turned upside down for that gentleman. This is the business. It starts with them. It starts with them. There's no loyalty. There's no loyalty. Papi, esto es serio. This is serious stuff. There's no money out there. If the package was $250,000, I need that money to continue living, to continue sending my child to that Catholic school, to continue driving my Mercedes Benz. Now you ask yourself, so what happens? Now what happens is they come into a plan. I will pay you the $250,000. I'm not hiding from you. Listen and learn. Listen and learn. I'm not hiding from you. I'm going to make this correct. Papa, you want the G-Wagon? Papa, you want the G-Wagon? I'm going to make this correct. I'm going to make this correct. You can count on me. You know, I'm going to pay you every month. Every month. I'm going to pay you every month. Hay un dicho en español, en Spanish, que dice, ¿con qué culo se sienta la cucaracha? With what butt does the cockroach sit? You know, cockroach. With what butt does the cockroach sit? You know, so we say in Spanish, ¿con qué culo se sienta la cucaracha? You understand me? How are you going to pay him? How? Where? All these people, all of them are living a lie, a story. All of them have a story to tell you. All of them. So he's telling the guy, you know, the guy that went to Disney World with his family, you know, the one that was in the Fontainebleau doing the backstroke, that the person that he gave the package passed away, and he's going to make now plans and conditions to pay him back. I'm already telling you things so you understand how well the watch market is. That's how well the watch market is. And I can continue telling you. I can continue telling you what's happening out there. This is how it is. Nobody is going to tell you none of this. This is all, if all of you are hearing me out there, this is all allegedly. They showed me that. They told me to use the word allegedly. I don't know what that means, but they told me to use the word allegedly. You know, this is what they have told me. You know, this is what I have read. You know, I'm a working man. I look, I say, wow, it's bad, Papi. They want to keep on living this lifestyle. They can't get you no more. It was simple for them to get you before. It was simple. You yourself, on your own, will give your watch up on consignment. You know, you guys will give up your watch on consignment. Always. You guys will give up your watch on consignment to these people. You give them 2 watches, 3 watches, because you say you were going to go buy a house, you were going to send your kid to the college, and you need the money. And I will tell you guys, listen to me. Don't give those watches up on consignment. If this guy is promising you $2,000 and the other guy is just promising you $2,000 less, give it to the guy that's going to pay you right there. You understand me? And I'm telling you again, just in case you're falling in the temptation of doing consignment, don't fall into that. Don't fall into that. If you're going to continue buying from these people, you pay them with American Express. And if they don't take American, they're going to tell you, I don't take credit card. Don't worry about it. What do you want, a wire transfer? Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm going to send you a wire transfer. You send them a wire transfer with American Express. When is my watch coming? You have it there tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. You pick it up in the counter. No problem. Boom. 10:30 comes around. The watch is not there. You pick up the phone, American Express. It's me, Charlie. This guy didn't send me the watch. No problem. Boom. Out. Bing. Done. You need to protect yourself from these flim-flammers. You need to protect yourself from these flim-flammers, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot continue. You know, there's There's a gentleman which his name is Niccolo Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli. I'm gonna tell all of you that if you don't know who Niccolo Machiavelli is, he is from Florence, Italy. De la Italia, de la Florencia de Italia. Bravo, you know, from the 1400s. This guy was unbelievable. The mind that he had. I want you to know this because I'm using Niccolo Machiavelli so you can understand that Mr. Ed Blair sent me a link on this. Niccolo Machiavelli. And I want you to know something, Mr. Blair. I was very happy when you sent me that because you know that everything that I have tried to tell you is like that. You know, always in life, your silence. You know, when you don't say nothing, you know, nobody can say nothing about you because you're quiet. And this gentleman, Niccolo Machiavelli, will teach you all about that. But the one that showed me all that without using the word Niccolo Machiavelli was Paco Gambino. Paco Gambino was a student. You know, Paco Gambino, 95 years old, he already knew about this. You know, where do you get all these things? You know, like, how do you know all these things? Like, never in life, Niccolo Alberto, never in life, you don't have to defend yourself. Never in life defend yourself. Never in life defend yourself. Did you see at one moment that everybody that was bad mouthing La Rolex, their watches were coming for Ching Jing from over there? Did you see them at one moment defend themselves? Never. Esa es la psicología más brutal que hay. That's the most brutal psychology there is. They didn't address nothing. It's mind-blowing. When you don't address nothing, you let the others defend you. That's what Niccolo Machiavelli does. And he teaches you. You know that? Rolex didn't have to say a word. You, me, and the rest of the world defended them. That everything that they were saying about Rolex being made in China was a lie. And Rolex never said a word. So I'm telling all of you that you need to see a documentary. There's many of them out there of Niccolo Machiavelli. Florence, Italia. Brutal. Brutal. But I learned it from a small little man, you know, 5 feet, 4 inches, 115 pounds, if that. And this is the way he would talk to me. So you need to, exactly. That's the way it is. Exactly. That's the way it is, Papa. You don't need to, you know. You don't need to defend yourself. People will defend you. You know, if they say you're this, you quiet. One is this, one is that, you quiet in a corner. You don't need to defend yourself. You let others do that. You know? If you start defending yourself, you start looking weak. When you start defending yourself, you're giving them, you know, you're a weak person already because you're defending yourself. A person that's strong says, quiet, pa'l carajo. You know, you don't even say a word. Silence is the most beautiful thing in the world. I'm just telling you what's going on. You know, I'm explaining, you know. Exactly, you're losing. If you are explaining, man, this Thurston Howell was unbelievable. You know, this, let me see what he wrote down, because he did write that right now. If you explain yourself in life too much, you're losing the fight. I didn't say that. Thurston Howell III said that. One of your organic brothers just finished telling you that. They can, another one, Mr. Donor, right here. Mr. Donor just wrote down, and he is 100% right. They can smell fear. You don't need to, man. Silence, man, is the most powerful thing in the world, man. Silence. No, because you're this, because you're that, because this. And when you're silenced, you know what you're bringing to the table? Thurston said, you're explaining you're losing. Mr. Donor said, they can smell fear. That's right. When you're silenced, they're going to fear you. What is this man thinking? Fear, silence is fear. Silence equals fear. Speak less. That's how it is. And this is, I'm telling you this so you understand what's going on. You have a lot of people out there that they're wolfing their mouth the whole day. Let them wolf their mouth the whole day. And you just look at them from far away. You look at them from far away. I was taught all this by Paco Gambino, but in reality, Paco Gambino learned it from who? From Niccolo Machiavelli. Understand? And you need to look into that. Because that is la psicología más grande que hay. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I'm telling you, man, look into it. It's you need to look into it when you start reading into him. If you don't like to read, they have documents on this. And you guys need to get more prepared because you're dealing with these machigunas out there, man, which they think that we're yo-yos. We ain't no yo-yos, man. We're no yo-yos here. We're not no yo-yos here. I'm telling you what's happening out there, guys. I'm telling you that if somebody takes from me $250,000 and calls me up and tells me that the container that I send them of slabs, that I send them to slabs, that they received at nighttime, somebody came and hooked it up and took the container and they took my $250,000. And now that guy's telling me that I'm going to pay you back. And the next month, I'll be giving you a little bit, which you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. This is what we're living right now in tough times, guys. You guys need to be very, very, very careful. I've been in a bunch of channels telling us Rolex is 100% man, so I bet they all got muted. It's like that, Dr. Evil. It's like that. I'm telling you all this because you need to know, well, if Juan is saying the watch market is there, well, give me some explanations why. Well, there they are. I don't know if, if the stories of Mickey Mouse, if the stories of, the watch shows, people picking up. You don't understand. It wasn't just one person picking up watches on consignment, on memo. You're talking about 10, 12 of them out there. 10, 12. And when you hit somebody for a half a melon, for a full melon, Bobby, your checkbook, close it up already. You're done. Close it up. You close it up. And that runs. Listen to me, guys. Let me tell you a little bit more. When you go to those watch shows in Europe, okay, we're talking about Europe. In Europe, when you go there, you give up all your information. You give up all your information. It's like me in Europe. They have all my information, Juan Felipe Nieves, my license number, my bank accounts, letter of credit, all that stuff. When I don't pay, listen and learn, because I'm sure that most of you understand what I'm saying, because probably some of you have business too, and you probably do the same thing I do. You open a letter of credit, blah, 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 blah. And they give you credit. When you are not paying in time, you go into this red list, a red list. And they put you there, and now this company is going to send you $400,000 in slabs. And they say, well, let me look to see what they say about you. And boom, and they have you there in the bad list. The bad list, you're there. You haven't paid that company in Spain, you haven't paid that company in Italy, you haven't paid this, you did that, and they close the doors on you. And the same thing is in the watch business, but it's very, very small. Very small. So when you are a fly-by backpacker, you've been doing it for 2 years, you say, I'm out. Como like what's the word? Because I don't want to say the wrong word and sound bad, but fly by. I'm gonna show them for 6 months that I'm very credible, but at the end, I'm gonna give it to them. At the end, I'm gonna give it to them, and then they start giving this person all the merchandise, and the person just kishes. He doesn't care if now in the watch industry is gonna come out now in the red list that he's owned several different dealers' watches. He's not gonna come back no more. He's not gonna come back no more. It's over. Did most of you understand this knowledge? It's kind of wishy-washy. I can't, I wish I can say it perfectly, but then it's, so I have to tell you, like, did I make sense somehow, somewhere? Did I make sense? Just give me a thumbs up. Well, I guess I didn't make sense. Okay. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to give you a watch market update because this is what you guys want. You guys want a watch market update, and I'm going to give it to you. All right, guys? Don't forget, exactly, read between the lines. Exactly. Thank you. Very good, Dr. Evil. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our first watch is a Rolex Daytona Platinum. Thank you. Thank you, Thurston Howell. Thank you so much for understanding. A platinum, chocolate ceramic bezel blue dial. Unbelievable, beautiful platinum. Retail price of this watch is $88,899. At one moment in that Corona era was over $180,000. Reference number 116506. Do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch more than $81,000 in dropping. You do whatever you want. Our next watch is a Rolex stainless steel Oyster Perpetual, 41 millimeter, green dial, reference number 124300, 41 millimeter, retail price $6,500. I'm going to be kind enough today that I'm even going to give you retail prices so you don't have to do so much homework. I'll do all the work for you guys. I'll do it for you guys today. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want, but don't pay for that watch more than $8,250. All right, guys? You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You're doing good, Mr. Donut. You're on fire. You're doing good. Next watch is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, stainless steel, 5167, black dial, 40 millimeter, stainless steel, 5167. Retail price is $25,958. This watch in that Corona era, or a couple of years back, it was in the high 70s. And I'm going to tell you today, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that 5167. Mr. Donut, how much am I going to tell you not to pay for that one? Alberto? Wow, Alberto, hold on. We got Alberto here. He got mad. He said 50. You mean 50 euros or 50 USA? 51, okay. 51. Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay for that Patek Aquanaut stainless steel 5167 black dial 40 millimeter. Don't pay more. And I mean don't pay more. Stop it right there. Who is this? Snake Bite? Wow, Snake Bite. Is Snake Bite talking about the Patek 5167 stainless steel? Snake Bite? Coño, Snake Bite dio 45. Now he hide. He doesn't want to come out no more. He doesn't want to talk to us no more. He's not our friend no more. But I think he is. He said 45. Don't pay for that 5167 more than $46,000 of dumping in the name of Mr. Snake. Man, that's a very powerful name. Snake, man. Wow. 45. He didn't come back no more, guys. You know why he didn't come back no more? Because he's a backpack dealer. You understand? No, not a buy. There you go. There you go. Somebody knows. He knows more than me. He said 45. And I told you, don't pay 46. Wow. Unbelievable. Our next watch. Again, a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, rose gold, 5167, black dial, 40 millimeter. Retail price, $50,927. 5167 rose gold. Unbelievable looking time machine. How much is that watch going to cost? How much am I going to tell you not to pay? Let's see where you're at. Let's see, Snake. Come on, Snake. You're on fire, Snake. Nobody has an idea. Okay, here we go then. I'll tell you now. $56,000. Okay, 49. Rose gold. That's rose gold. That is rose gold. That is rose gold. 49. 51, Mr. Donut. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know we say the truth here. Whether we don't agree with the numbers, we gotta say the truth. Don't pay for that watch more than $63,000 and damn, dead. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Okay, I got you, Snake. I got you. Coño, Alberto, is that euros or USA when you say 60? Because if you said 60 and it's euros, you hit it right in the head. You hit it right in the head. So we'll wait for you then. And dropping, Dr. Evil, and dropping. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another Patek. A Patek Philippe Nautilus, stainless steel, 5712. Blue dial, 40 millimeter. Retail price is $51,850. Collector's choice, collector's grade, collector's dream, and most of all, collector's grave, because this watch is dropping. It was all the way up there in the hundreds, you know, when it got discontinued. No, not this time, Snake. Not this time. It was all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. And it's dropping. It is dropping. It's dropping, but it's still there. It's still high. I'm going to tell you the truth. It can be dead in the grave, you know, it's dead, you know, collector's grave, but it's still up there. And this is a beautiful watch. There's no doubt about it. The 5712 with a blue dial is probably, you know, it's there. It's one of the, I say top 3 of the Nautilus, you know, of the lineup. They're unbelievable. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, 5712, 5712, 5712 stainless steel blue dial. Don't pay more. And I mean, don't pay more. It's higher than that, Alberto, higher than that. Don't pay more than $91,000, guys. Don't pay more than 91. It was over 100,000, over 100 when they discontinue it. But it's dropping. There's no money out there, papi. There's no money. And I have to go, you know, you got it then. Wow, lo cogió Alberto. Alberto, you got it? He said 90,000. But we don't know if that's euros. We don't know if that's euros. You remember? $150,000. This is how it is, papi. This is how it is. Our next watch is a Patek Philippe Nautilus, stainless steel, 5726 with a gray dial with a leather strap. You know, the gray one. The one that nobody wants. The gray one. But it's beautiful, 5726. I'll take the gray one all day long. All day, every day. Beautiful looking watch. 40.5 millimeter casing. Retail price of this watch is unbelievable. You're talking about a casing with a leather strap and the buckle in stainless steel. You know, and you're going to hear the retail price of this watch. It's incredible. It's $54,141. The 5726 is $54,141. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this watch is dead in water. It's there. It's getting there already. And it's because of that. If that watch would have had the blue dial, it's a total different story. But since it has the gray dial, it's dead in water. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it still has meat left in the bone, but it's not, you know, the big boy. Don't pay for that watch more than $62,000 and damn, dead. You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, take advantage. I'm giving you today the retail price of all these watches. I'm getting tired. You know, my body aches, my back hurts, my legs hurt, I'm tired, I'm old, I can't be doing too much homework, It's unbelievable. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about a watch. This is, again, I talk about this watch brand, and I get, take it easy, Mr. Donut. And I get sad. I really do, because I have a lot of respect for this watch brand. As a matter of fact, I have more respect for this watch brand than many of the others that I talk about. I'm not going to name any names, but I have respect for this watch brand. I'm talking about the Vacheron Constantin overseas models. This is a rose gold, ultra thin, skeletonized, blue accents. You see everything, the heart, the organs. You see the kidneys in this thing. It's unbelievable, Rose gold with the blue accents. It's unbelievable. This ultra thin. You need to be, Papi, I'm telling you, man, they will take you in a Lear jet and take you for a spin around the neighborhood, around, and give you some Magnum, some Magnum Cristal, here, some Caviar, because this is a boutique edition. This is a boutique edition, the Ultra, the Mammoth. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Blair. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Blair. You should have heard what I said about you, Mr. Blair, of Niccolo Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli. You're the man. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a watch that, this is, Papi, you have to be la mamá de Tarzan. You got to be Tarzan's mother. King Kong. You have to be, yes, sir. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. Everybody in this watch channel shines. Everybody. Everybody in this watch channel shines. Everybody. It's how it is. It's how I want it. I don't want to take all the glory. I want some help as well, if you know what I mean. But going back to the Vacheron Constantin overseas, rose gold, skeletonized. Unbelievable, this watch. This is, I'm telling you, you put this watch on your wrist and a girl or a lady passes by and you say hello, boom, naked. Naked, naked, that's all. Naked, right? And I'm telling you, boutique, hand-picked, hand-picked, hand-picked. They pick you. They pick you. They pick you on how deep is your pocket. And they give it to you. And this watch is over, retail price is over $200,000, Papi. $200,000. And I don't want to tell you what this watch was costing in that famous Corona beer era, but it was big money, big money. It was unbelievable, this watch. And ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you the truth. I mean, I know all of you are recovering tomato cans, and I've been able to help you. Me and Sweet Kid Kino have been able to help all of you recover from being a tomato can, and we're happy about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, this is embarrassing, man. Don't pay for that Vacheron Constantin overseas, rose gold, ultra thin, skeletonized perpetual calendar, blue accents, limited edition. Don't pay for that watch. This is sad, man. This is sad. Don't pay more. And I have respect for them, so I'm going to go easy on the, dropping. Don't pay more than $123,000. One more time, don't pay more than $123,000. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, 122, wow. Mr. Donut, wow. Wow. Yes, sir. You got it, Papa. Wow. You see? You see? Hey, Papa, tú ves? You see that? Wow, that makes me happy, Mr. Donut. Congratulations. Wow. Qué palo me dio. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about a Rolex Date Day. Yellow gold with the ombre green dial. You know, ombre is like a smoky green, you know? It ain't the olive green, it ain't the crayon green, you know? It's the ombre dial. 40 millimeter, reference number 228238. Retail price is $44,200. $44,200 with the ombre dial. And ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and don't pay for that watch. Man, I feel so good today, man. You know, hearing Snake set a number there, Mr. Donut set a number there, Alberto set a number there. Coño, that's a beautiful thing, man. That you know, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. That's beautiful. Don't pay for that ombre dial Rolex, you know, day. Don't pay more, and I mean this, don't pay more than $48,000 in Debunking. Ahí está. Debunking, ahí está. Date. That's all I got to tell you. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go into a watch. There's some of you know about this watch. Some of you don't know about this watch, but today you're going to know about this watch. We're talking about the FP Journe Automatic Havana Platinum. Brown dial, brown leather, 42 millimeters. Unbelievable, this watch. You know, unbelievable. 42, you know, Lune. Boutique edition. Boutique edition. I don't know if you know this, but FP Journe is one of the watch brands that least produces watches. I mean, they produce, maybe one of you out there can tell me the number, but I'm telling you, no, this is no quartz here. There's no quartz. Maybe quartz to glue granite and, you know, and quartz, you know. No quartz. This is an unbelievable machine. Look at that. Unbelievable. Look at this. You see that? Look what he's writing. 900 to 1,000. And I beg to say 150,000 for the watch. This is one of the watch brands that produce the least. I want you to know this. You know, we see everything here the way it is. But this one is not, of course. You know? This one is beautiful. It's an unbelievable time machine. Boutique edition, you know? They got to take you in a jet. You imagine, you're buying a casing, you know, the head. You're buying the head, the rest is leather. Leather. You know? This is what it is. This is what they give you, and they can do it because, let me tell you something. The most beautiful movement that I have seen, is from FP Journe. I'm being honest. The most, maybe you guys don't agree with me, and that's fine. That's fine with me. But the most beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for this FP Journe Automatic Havana Platinum, brown dial, brown strap, boutique edition, don't pay more than $101,000. Don't pay more than $101,000. You do whatever you want. You know what? Lang & Son, you're right about that, Mr. Donald. Lang & Son, again, that's another watch brand that I have up there. I'm telling you. But for some reason, in the last, I would say in the last 7 years, they have fallen out of, they're the dog, you know. Let me ask you a question, because I don't know too much about this, but I believe that Lang & Son is German. Is that correct? Can anybody tell me if I'm right or wrong? I can't Google it, you know, but I think it's German. I think it is, the Lang & Son. I think. Yes, there you go. They're unbelievable. I still know a little bit about watches. I still have it still, you know. Now I'm going to talk to you about another watch that you guys need to hear about. And we never talk about this watch brand too much, but I am today because somebody asked me about this watch. And I thought, look, when you're looking at the video, the live stream, I'm going to talk to you about the watch that you would like to buy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roger Dubuis, the Excalibur, Spider, Mono Balancier, skeletonized. You know, Roger the Dodger Dubuis. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This has a rose gold case with titanium bezel. I want you to hear this about this watch. This is a supersonic watch. You know, this, I mean, Roger, I'm telling you, 10, 15 years ago, Roger was, you know, maybe today, you know, it's a tomato can watch, but you know, you had a Roger on, 10, 15 years ago, and you had a machine on your hand. You had a machine. But the funny thing about this watch is the retail price that this watch has. You're not gonna believe, you know. Thank you so much, Dr. Eva. You're very welcome. Don't pay. You know what? I'm saying it wrong. The retail price of that watch. Ready for this? Does anybody know the retail price of that, Roger? Anybody? Maybe Alberto knows it, because in Italy, that watch brand was very well known over there in Italia. For some reason, the Italians loved that watch at that, 15 years ago. It was very hot. Nobody knows? The retail price of that watch, the retail price is $109,000. $109,000, Mr. Blair. Yes, you're right, Mr. Donut. 20. Yes, you're right, Pete. Pete is right. Pete said it. Yes, you're right. Pete is right. That's what it costs. And ladies and gentlemen, Pete knows. He knows. Wow. But listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, so you understand. Is if they take this watch and they hype it up and continue hyping it up, they'll put it up there. But when the watch it's a dog with fleas, it's a dog with fleas. Don't pay $25,500. And you're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to believe this. Don't pay for that Roger. Sir, if you're going to buy it, somebody say pay 20 cents to the dollar. They're pretty close. Maybe a little higher, but I'm telling you, Mr. Donut put $18,000. Pete, what price am I going to say? You already guessed the retail. What price am I going to say not to pay to that gentleman that wants to buy it? Rose gold, titanium bezel, it's beautiful. It's just unbelievable. It looks, what is, coño, no joda, este tipo está pasado. Wow. Hey, Pete has to be a watch dealer. Pete has to be a watch dealer. Pete has to be a watch dealer. He said 35. Coño. Wow. I'm going to do this quick. Roger Dubuis, Excalibur, Spider, Mono Balancier, skeletonized. It's unbelievable. The reference number of the watch, just in case you want it, is the D as in boy, B as in boy, E as in extra, X as in X, 1043. Here it goes. Don't pay for that watch. Man, Pete said it, man. Don't pay for that watch more than $33,000. Don't pay for that watch more than $33,000. You do whatever you want. Well, we've had a nice watch market update today. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, our next watch market update is the AP Royal Oak Yellow Gold Chrono 26240BA with a honeycomb ombre dial. Ombre dial is beautiful. What a combination this watch has. It's unbelievable. And this watch has a retail price, just in case you guys want to know it. The retail price is $86,300. That's right, Thurston. That's right. It's $86,300. The ombre dial. Ombre dial. How much? How much, Ed? I believe in you. I believe in you. How much you think I'm going to say? The retail price is $86,300 plus your Uncle Sam's taxes. How much am I going to tell you not to pay for that watch? Come on, Ed. You can do it. Bravo, Pete. Okay, 55. 55, okay. On that one, Pete, you flunked. Big time. Big time you flunked. Now I know you're not a backpacker. AP Royal Oak, Yellow Gold 26240BA. Honeycomb Ombre Dial, 41 millimeter. Retail price is $86,300. Very good. Very good, Snake. Snake is on fire. Don't pay for that watch. And I mean, don't pay for that watch more than $102,000. And dumping is going to reach the 90s very soon. Very soon it's going to reach the 90s. Very soon. And I'm talking about 94, 95, like that. Boom. Watch. You got it? You got that one, right? Okay. Our next watch is the Patek Philippe stainless steel 7118 Nautilus. This is for your wife or your side chick or your mistress. Whatever you want to call it. Patek Philippe Nautilus stainless steel 7118 1A stainless steel. You know, beautiful blue dial. Beautiful blue dial. So very, very beautiful blue dial. The retail price of that watch is $43,511. And this watch at one moment was all the way up. Nelson, this watch was at one moment was all the way up. It's all the way up. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you know, for your wife, you know, birthdays, August birthdays, you know. Ladies watch. You gotta give some love to the ladies, guys, you know. You have to. Wow, 41, coño. 41. No, 43,511 is the retail price. And this watch was all the way up there. It's a Nautilus. It's a beautiful watch. It has a 35 millimeter casing. Even a man can wear it. You know, a man that's a smaller frame man can wear that watch. He can wear it. He could. I'm 6 feet. Wow, Pete. Damn. Ding, ding, ding. Pete again. I think Pete is cheating, Mr. Donut. I think he's Googling it. I think he's cheating. Wow, there you go, Christopher. Wow. No, they got you. A gentleman by the name of Christopher got you. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to look there no more. I can't look no more over there. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Somebody said 60, and then another gentleman said 55, if I'm correct. Yep, 55. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, don't pay for that mistress. You know, mistress or side chick or your wife. Don't pay for that watch more. Don't pay more than $53,000 and dumping. There it is. You got it. You see? It's what it is. We don't play here. Our next watch is the Rolex stainless steel Yachtmaster 40 millimeter blue dial. Reference number 116622. Retail price $12,000. Does anybody know what you should pay for that watch? Watch Mikey dead. Watch Mikey dead. Nobody knows, right? And ladies and gentlemen, wow, bad guy. Stay right there. I stay with Snake already. I stay with Snake. Snake right now put $8,200. So help me God. He put $8,200. Pete said $14,500. Go ahead, Mr. Donut. Go ahead, Mr. Blair. Go ahead, Mr. Christopher. He's on fire. He is on fire. Wait till you hear the price. And this watch at one moment was over $16,000 because of that beautiful blue dial. 10,350. Here it goes, guys. Don't pay for that watch. You do whatever you want. You want it. You want to use slider condition material watch. You want to use, right? Don't forget that. You want it with all the bells and whistles. But don't pay for that watch more than $8,900. Dang! There's no money out there. The free government money dried up. There's no money out there. You do whatever you want. Ladies and gentlemen, here's an Omega Speedmaster. You know, 2 years ago, I went on vacation with my wife, and I wanted this watch, and I wanted to buy it. It's an Omega Speedmaster Panda. I'm not an Omega person, but it looked beautiful. Stainless steel with a beautiful lacquer, white dial with the black gauges, ceramic, you know, bezel. I don't know if it's ceramic. I don't know what it was. But the price of that watch back then, the retail price was like $8,100. And everybody went crazy for this watch. Because it looked like a Daytona Panda. You know, it looked like this, something like this, you know? But it's Omega. You see, it has lacquer. And see, I said it. Coño, I'm still on fire, man. I still know my watches, man. Even though I'm 63, I still know my watches, man. That's good. 42 millimeter, 42. You guys, wow. Coño, but what is this? Who? Look at Pete and Snake. Wow. Ellos saben, man. They know. They know already. They caught on. They caught on. It was $8,100, the retail price at the time that I wanted. Now it went up with all the hype up prices. It went up to $8,500. And the reference number, just in case you want this, is a 310-3042-5004-001. And you're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. Snakebite said 36, and Mr. Donut said 62, and Pete, the collector, said 57. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always honesty in this channel. Honesty. We want everybody to shine here. But don't pay for that watch, and you do whatever you want. Don't get scared. It's just, you know, money in a watch. Don't pay for that watch more than $5,700. How you like them apples? Dead. I wanted that watch. I wanted that watch. Omega watches, with all due respect, I can't say nothing bad. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Omega because I'm gonna hurt people, and I wanted it myself. I wanted it. What I'm trying to say is that I buy watches at times because I want to make a couple of coins. I buy them because I like them. First of all, I like them. I buy them because I really, really like them. And sometimes I buy them and I don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose money. But as you can see, the way this watch has been behaving is unbelievable. And it's a beautiful watch. Beautiful watch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last watch market update of the day. Our last one. This one is going to bug you out too. And I feel bad for this watch brand. Do you know who I'm going to talk about? And I respect them a whole lot. And I like them a whole lot. But it's sad. I'm talking about the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Rose Gold 41.5 millimeter casing with a white dial. Vacheron Constantin Overseas. Reference number 4300V. White dial. With the markers in a very baby blue. You know, the markers, you know, baby blue, but it's a white dial. It's unbelievable, you know. It is perpetual calendar. This watch has a retail price of $111,000. $111,000. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this watch to you guys for a couple of years. And It was over at one moment over 190, $200,000. And it's sad because I know a lot of people that really, and even to be honest, even myself, I don't know, that watch is going to hold on. That's a beast of a watch. It's a beast. That same watch, I believe AP makes it, Adamas PK, wow, wow. Adamas makes it at their own way. So it was the competition, with Vacheron, with AP on those perpetual calendars. But AP for some reason has stood there, a little bit, it's still dropping, but there. But Vacheron Constantin is just, they have dropped faster than Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse, guys. They really have dropped. The retail price is $111,000. And I'm going to tell you, if you are looking into Vacheron, it's because most of these watches, guys, even when they're used, the people that have these watches, it's like people that have, when you buy a Porsche, a 911 Carrera, all those people that buy those Carreras, they take good care of those cars. They really, they change the oil, they take care of them. People that buy Porsches. So the same thing with the Vacheron. Those people that buy Vacheron, they take care of those watches. They're very meticulous with their watches. They take care of them, and they did pay that price that you're talking about. Thank you, Thurston, for the super chat. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And again, I'm telling you this, guys, when I see that, it keeps me motivated to keep on bringing you content and bringing you some knowledge and telling you stories that are happening out there that you guys don't know. So thank you very, very much. Wow. Listen to me. Christopher says $60,000, and I'm going to leave him right there with that gentleman. Leave that number right there. Thank you very much again. Thank you, Thurston, so much. Leave the price for Christopher. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad for me to tell you this, but don't pay for that Vacheron Constantin. Christopher says $60,000, and I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Don't pay for that watch more than $62,000. Don't pay more than $62,000. It's sad. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. $111,000, $62,000. And if you are thinking of buying that watch, it's time for you to just to look at it. I'm never going to tell you to buy nothing, but I am going to tell you, start looking at it, start looking at the condition, how the watch looks, who the person is. When you're buying a watch, the first thing you do is, when you're buying a watch from somebody, look at the person, look at the person, how they are, how they look, the more sometimes, the more they're anal, the better it is, because that means they take care of their things, So, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying that, right, guys? Guys, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this watch market as much as I have enjoyed it. I've been with you guys for an hour and a half. I haven't done a watch show with a time of an hour and a half. I don't know. I don't think never. So I feel very privileged that you guys were here with me today. I have 32 organic watch channel subscribers, and I have 32 thumbs up. That is beautiful, guys. Thank you so much for cooperating with the channel, for helping out the channel continue growing. Thank you very much for all your help. And again, by you guys being here, you 31, you 32, it just keeps me going. It really does. Thank you so much. You guys, all of you out there are champs. All of you are champs out there. And I really mean that. I'm telling you, when you guys are here, it just gets me stronger and stronger and stronger to keep on bringing you content. Truthful content. No fantasies, no BS. All right, guys? Anyway, guys, I'm tired. Like me and Sweet Kid Kino say every week, take care and brush your hair. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.